I know what's behind that smile. I know you're tired. Spend your life trying to be everything to everyone. And I know that look in your eyes, 'cause I've seen it in the mirror 1,000 times. That's the face of a woman who doesn't understand how much she's loved. And then the movies tell me I should be like her, achieve like her, to earn the affection I so desperately need. But the people who love me best don't expect me to save the world. No, they regard me as a goddess and they always give me love for free. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. It's hard enough to be just me, rule my world from a place of reverie, forgive myself unconditionally and learn from my mistakes. But then the TV tells me I should look like her and laugh like her. If I'm a quiet beauty, all will surely fall in love with me. But the people who love me best like the way I laugh, and they don't care what I wear. They rather see me loud and proud than stay polite and pretty. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. You are the sun and the moon, you are the earth and the sky. You are the one who answers the prayers when you're laying down late at night. You are the undefinable and the one who is desperate to define. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the love of your life. You are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Strong like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are holy, and your life is holy, and your days are holy, and your mind is holy, and your body is holy, and your laugh is holy, and your tears are holy, and your love is holy. You are a goddess, baby. You are, you are, you are, you are a goddess, baby. I know what's behind that smile. I know you're tired. Spend your life trying to be everything to everyone. And I know that look in your eyes, 'cause I've seen it in the mirror 1,000 times. That's the face of a woman who doesn't understand how much she's loved. And then the movies tell me I should be like her, achieve like her, to earn the affection I so desperately need. But the people who love me best don't expect me to save the world. No, they regard me as a goddess and they always give me love for free. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. It's hard enough to be just me, rule my world from a place of reverie, forgive myself unconditionally and learn from my mistakes. But then the TV tells me I should look like her and laugh like her. If I'm a quiet beauty, all will surely fall in love with me. But the people who love me best like the way I laugh, and they don't care what I wear. They'd rather see me loud and proud than stay polite and pretty. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior, and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. Sun and the moon, you are the earth and the sky. You are the one who answers the prayers when you're laying down late at night. You are the undefinable and the one who is desperate to define. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the love of your life. You are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Strong like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are holy, and your life is holy, and your days are holy, and your mind is holy, and your body is holy, and your laugh is holy, and your tears are holy, and your love is holy. You are a goddess, baby. You are, you are, you are, you are a goddess, baby. I know what's behind that smile. I know you're tired. Spend your life trying to be everything to everyone. And I know that look in your eyes, 'cause I've seen it in the mirror 1,000 times. That's the face of a woman who doesn't understand how much she's loved. And then the movies tell me I should be like her, achieve like her, to earn the affection I so desperately need. But the people who love me best don't expect me to save the world. No, they regard me as a goddess, and they always give me love for free. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. It's hard enough to be just me, rule my world from a place of reverie, forgive myself unconditionally and learn from my mistakes. But then the TV tells me I should look like her and laugh like her. If I'm a quiet beauty, all will surely fall in love with me. But the people who love me best like the way I laugh, and they don't care what I wear. They'd rather see me loud and proud than stay polite and pretty. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all ever need. Fierce like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. You are the sun and the moon, you are the earth and the sky. You are the one who answers the prayers when you're laying down late at night. You are the undefinable and the one who is desperate to define. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the love of your life. You are what you are, and that's all you will ever need. Strong like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are holy, and your life is holy, and your days are holy, and your mind is holy, and your body is holy, and your laugh is holy, and your tears are holy, and your love is holy. You are a goddess, baby. You are a goddess.
Good morning, beloveds.
Good morning, good morning.
For those of you that are Ravens fans, I just want to acknowledge your level of commitment that you are here this morning. I understand the sacrifice and I thank you. All right, we're going to get started right away with our guest artist this morning, Jesse Powers, and I will tell you more later.
Okay, you know this one. It's not even mine, so I made it real easy for you. Please sing with me. This is Eddie Watkins Jr. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Raise your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. Now take a look at the person next to you. I say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Raise your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. In every walk of life, every creed and color, yes, can we reunite? Take a look at the person next to you. We're going Eastern now. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Raise your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. Beautiful. Thank you.
Awesome. So let me tell you a little bit about Miss Jessie before we get too much further into this. Originally from Sumter, South Carolina, which makes her a kindred hillbilly. That works for me. Even if she wasn't, she still works for me. I'm just saying, I'm going to own that connection. She is a self-proclaimed joy reminderer, which also means as a lyricist, she invents words where they're needed.
Just like Shakespeare.
Right?
Taking it a little far, but that's okay.
She is currently out of Columbus, Ohio, and she tours in different spiritual communities throughout the country, primarily Unity and Centers for Spiritual Living. But I know this, and she'll pretty much sing anywhere. Parking lots, garages, on your deck, in your yard, which you'll learn more about at the end of service with her Cozy House concert that is happening on Tuesday. Her song, The Love Song of Everything, was a finalist in the 2021 Great American Song Contest and was nominated for a Positive Music Award in 2022. So here's what I want to tell you about Jessie. She is the most infectiously joyful human being I have ever encountered in 64 years on the planet.
Oh my God.
You are.
Thank you.
I mean, I imagine that she sleeps with a grin. Because every time I've encountered her, no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in her life, the front door, the thing that meets you, is joy. Thank you. All right. Now, if you are enjoying this service and you play on any method of social media, we invite you to share the live stream on whatever social media platforms you play on. I stress invite. If it stresses you out to share it, don't do it. Right? It's an invitation. It is not a mandate. If you are here for the first time, welcome. More than welcome. You are celebrated here. No matter what spiritual path you're on, no matter where you're at on that spiritual path, you are welcome and celebrated here. Both the folks in the room and the folks online. Ha! Excuse me. My election intention is calling. It is such a great app that they're doing that stuff. So here's the thing. There's lots of ways to get and stay connected with us. And so just in case you're unaware of those, here they are. You can go to our website, www.columbiacsl.com. If you want to check out what events are happening, just add /events. If you have a question about anything, please email us at info@columbiacsl.com. I will get back to you just as quickly as I can, usually within 24 hours, unless you send the email on late Sunday. I do not check emails on Monday. That is my personal Sabbath, so then it will be a little bit longer than 24 hours. You can also call our office number at 410-750-8559. If I don't answer, please leave a message. I will get back to you just as quickly as I can. So who are we and what are we up to? I'm so glad you asked. Our vision is contributing to a world that works for who? Everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by Spirit, together We build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. We are a welcoming, inclusive spiritual center where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. Now, as a community, our commitment to inclusion really does call us to embrace and celebrate everyone's unique identities. We begin by recognizing our diverse abilities, ages, physical characteristics, gender identities, national origins, faiths, and spiritual paths, sexual orientations, ethnicities, and races, just to name a few. To be clear, there are so many more that could be added, and we could be here for days trying to exhaust the list of individual identities, so we've selected these. And if you have ones that are critically important to you, email me at info@columbiacsl.com and let's have a conversation. That's how change happens. So, we experience one another at increasingly deeper levels as we grow in classes, in workshops, in service to our shared spiritual community, and just hanging out together. And on Sundays, we do that coming together for this celebration of life. So we're going to continue that with our next community song with Jesse.
Thank you. This is a song I have to teach you first. It's very simple. It goes like this. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Got it? Sing it. Everybody get up. Oh, yes. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Jody is following directions. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Okay, so that's the one part. Now you have one more part that's very important. It's my favorite part. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Huh. You just do the huh part. Okay, I'll count and then you know. 1, 2, 3. Very good. All right, here we go. I wake up early to the morning sun. I don't know how it does it every day. It rises up and then it falls again. Born only to die away. Look in the mirror and I see myself. I don't know how I do it every day. Standing on this big blue rock, not knowing what I'm doing here. Still believing there's a reason, keep on keeping on my way. Each time I open my eyes, that's when I get to decide how I'm gonna show up and show out in this life. Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. The hood needs work. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day with commitment. Come on, everybody get up. Yes. Oh, it's a beautiful day. One more time. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Look at the clock, it's running day and night. Got no control in those little clock hands. A little soldier just marching through time. I'm so glad I am not a clock, I am alive and I can choose to dance. Each time I open my eyes, that's when I get to decide how I am gonna show up and show out in this life. With a little chutzpah, ready? I didn't count, I'm sorry. Should we do it again? 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up. That was so good. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, get up. grateful. Say, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, and I'm grateful. Get up, oh get up, oh get up, and be grateful. I'm up, and I'm ready to play. Yeah, everybody, get up, 'cause it's a beautiful day. This is your last chance. Everybody, get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up, oh, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up, oh, it's a beautiful day. Thank you so much. That was so fun. Everybody sit down.
So for those of you that are new to us since August, we are selecting talk subject titles based on questions that you have about how to practice spiritual principle in everyday life and questions about science of mind. And so I'm going to spin the wheel and find out what we're talking about this morning. Survey says, how to include people who I hate.
Let's do this.
So we're going to go into our time of shared spiritual practice. And God only knows what I'm going to say, and eventually this morning we'll find out what that is together. I love this process. Dale. It's yours, huh? You're up. That's okay. We were laughing about how little control we have this morning, so it's all good. So this is the candle lighting piece that starts there and goes through there, and then there's your reading. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
That, and that.
Yeah.
Okay. Our founder, Dr. Reverend Ernest Holmes, was...
You gotta get you right in front of
Okay. Let me pull this up all together. All right, here we go. Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads within the various religious philosophies and ancient wisdom teachings of the world. Science of Mind is the synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime of study. Let us breathe together as we light a candle honoring some of these faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the 8th candle, we honor all indigenous people, traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit of all creation. As we light the 9th candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all New Thought philosophies as a path of adherence to universal spiritual principles of love and law. As we light this final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. Namaste, and so it is. This morning's reading can be found on page 72 of No Death, No Fear, Comforting Wisdom for Life by Thich Nhat Hanh. Manifesting from something. What do you think birth is? Most of us think birth means that something begins to exist where something didn't exist before. In our mind, we have the concept that birth means that from nothing, you suddenly become something. From no one, you suddenly become someone. Most of us would define birth like that. Looking deeply, we see that this definition is not sound. From nothing, you cannot become something. From no one, you can never become someone. Before your so-called birthday, you were already there, in mother. So that moment of childbirth is only a moment of continuation. Look and see if you can find the moment that became something from nothing. Was it at the moment of conception Was it at the moment of conception in the womb of your mother? That is not correct either, because before that there had been something else. Maybe half in your father, half in your mother, maybe 1/3 in your father, 1/3 in your mother, 1/3 in the cosmos. There were many somethings that were already there. If something existed already, it does not need to be born. The time when a mother is in labor and then gives birth is not really the moment of birth. It is just a moment of the coming into the world from the womb. In Zen, we like to ask the question, what did your face look like before your grandmother was born? Ask yourself this question, and you will begin to see your own continuation. You will see that you have always been there. The moment of your conception is a moment of continuation. of manifesting in another form. If you keep looking, you will see that instead of birth and death, there is only continuing transformation. So it is.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God. I find myself.
in this sacred moment, opened, our hearts opened so profoundly. We know that every breath is a breath of newness, a breath of possibility. And with every breath, we are filled with that presence of which we are one. Remembering that there is only one power, one presence, one life, infinite, eternal, everywhere present, in every moment, in every situation, in every condition. And that presence we call God. That presence of absolute wisdom that is whole, healed, and complete, always and forever, flowing its love into all of creation, present as love, without measure, without question, without condition, to everyone and every point of creation. Moved by our reading this morning. Thank you, Dale. I know for all of us and on behalf of all of us that as God in expression, we have always been and always will be. In this moment, we are aware of being present on earth as spiritual beings having a human experience. And those experiences can be glorious and wonderful and filling and exciting. And those experiences at times can be difficult, challenging, and at times feeling suffering. And we know that this is true, that in every moment we are co-creating our newness as this continuum of life, as God in expression, knowing that whatever we are experiencing is for our greater good. It is that which is repositioning us. Shall we choose to accept that promise and repositioning us for a greater good? It is we who create our newness as a continuum of being. We choose. We choose to continue in pain and suffering and victimhood, or we choose to lift ourselves up, releasing that which has been, choosing newness, that through surrender and release, we make space for that greater good to be present within us. We welcome it, for we are ready in that moment of that choice. And in every moment, we can be ready to make that choice. And so, first and foremost, let us remember that God is always present in and with each and every one of us. Each one of us, despite what we may think or be thought about by others, that truth of God is present. that gift is always present and ready to come forward anew in our continued journey and being of service to all life. God, we thank you. We thank you. We embrace this and we live this forward, allowing this to be, and so it is.
So I invite you all to just stay there. Stay right where you are. And everybody just take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And that's your part in this whole song. So I invite you to breathe deeply. And remember that we all went to sleep last night. And we all woke up. And somehow through the night, we kept breathing. I just wanna send it in sound with a wavelength clarity. Ooh, nothing I could ever say will resonate the same way that this love does in me. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Just there in the thoughts that I think. It's there in the roots, in the skies and the seas, in the eyelids, the irises, the wind and the wings, in the will be, the ever was, the reason and the just because. I am the song that I sing. Inhale, exhale, breathe.
This is my new friend. Let's take a breath together. So the overarching theme this morning is standing in our authority. In the divine as the wheel landed on how to include people who hate. Well, that would be how to include everybody, because at some point in time, everybody has hated something. I think the place to start is to explore what we mean by hate. There was a time I hated Brussels sprouts. Hated them. Like when I smelt them, I went the other direction, hated them. And then this human being who I love more than the breath I breathe made Brussels sprouts early on in this thing called marriage, and I ate them because it was more important to me to eat the Brussels sprouts than to see a hurt look on her face. And lo and behold, they were actually good. So for however many, 40-some years, I'd been hating something that I actually liked. Go figure. So here's what the dictionary says about hate. Intense hostility and aversion, usually deriving from fear, anger, or a sense of injury. Here's what the ancient Hebrew language says about hate. It's going to be just a little bit different. While intense emotions are sometimes involved, the ancient Hebrew view of hate was more about being hurt or wounded by something because of love being involved. Opening oneself to love meant opening to hurt. Hate then meant staying away from that source of pain, which, if you follow that thought, means staying away from love. So how do we include people who hate? How do we include people who we hate? First, I would suggest that we understand that any and every act of hatred expressed outward begins with self-hate. Because if there's only one of us here, who did you have to hate first? See, I can't hate you without hating me. I can't hurt you without hurting me. I can't hurt the earth without hurting you and me. Oneness is this beautiful concept that when everything is going really well, or we want to come off as really educated and spiritual, man, we drop right into we're all one. Except for you. We're all one except for them. And if we don't get honest about that, we can't possibly heal it. We can't. I said several weeks ago, we cannot heal what we refuse to feel. We can't feel it if we continue to refuse to reveal it. See, denial, and I apologize to Egypt, it really is not a river in Egypt. Nor is it lying. See, there's a big difference. There's a lot of real estate between denial and a lie. A lie is an intentional act of truth, of dishonesty. Denial comes from a place within us that doesn't even recognize what's true. In order to lie about something, you have to at least know what's true. Right? Denial is a normal, measurable, predictable, healthy response to stress. It is that part of our human mechanism that shuts down our awareness when we're not able to navigate what is being seen. Medically, it actually has a function. Phone, can you turn my mic down just like 2 notches? There's this thing called psychogenic shock, right? Where if we take in too much information at one time, you really can scare yourself to death. Biologically, we can do that. Right? If you remember back when 9/11 happened, and if you were watching the TV at the moment that stuff was happening, none of us grasped what was going on at the moment. None of us. Because the entirety of humanity went into denial. That had to be a movie they were advertising, or even just, what is happening here? Our brain knew exactly what was happening, and it shut down the information flow until we were able to receive it little by little. If you've ever experienced the death of someone very, very close to you, right, the first word that comes to your mind when you learn about that is no. No. That is the activity of denial. Denial literally translates to no. Right? So it's a helpful thing. It's a gift of our humanity that we have that. The problem comes when the information starts getting meted out to us and we refuse to accept what is. When we decide it has to be this way, subtitled My Way, and anything other than that cannot be true. Now, I'm just going to suggest that perhaps there are many schools of thought and religion that live by that code. That it's my way or it's just not true. Right? Anybody ever encountered any of those? Anybody ever been that with their child? See, the other category of that is parenting. I know, little 4-year-old Billy, you really think it's that, but it's not. Even though Billy's probably spot on correct, but not today. Right? Because we want Billy to think a certain way so that there's a certain outcome. Hate isn't about the people. Hate isn't about you. It isn't about them. It is about that place of self-righteousness that needs to make everybody else wrong in order to feel right. And I submit to you, if you're so friggin' correct, why do you need to demean everybody who doesn't think like you? If your belief is so solid, what are you defending? Right? I could tell every one of you until my head fell off that you're sitting on a boat instead of a chair, and none of you would argue with me. None of you would give me the time of day to try to convince me that you're sitting in a chair instead of a boat. Why? Because it's pretty clear it's a chair. That's what we've agreed on that chairs are. So if you really believe what you say you believe, why do you need to convince somebody else about what it is? Is your belief so shaky that you can't even believe it yourself unless you have X number of people in your camp? Come on. Stand on your authority. What is your authority? If your authority is truth, and I'm using that very subjectively, capital T, truth, unchanging truth, north is north truth. Right? Not, it's my idea and I believe it, so it's truth. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the alignment with our soul. The alignment of truth. That really simply, there's something. Look around. There's something. I think we can all agree, even the atheists will agree with you, that something is happening because there are trees. Even if we just call it science, something is happening. Right? So if we just stay there, that there is one something that we call creation. I call it creation. Does it matter to me what you call it? Not really. Not unless I'm stuck in the most base control issue that now I need to control your speech too. The problem is we use the same words. How often do you use the same words and have no idea what you're talking about? What one another's talking about? Right? Hate. We can use the word hate a bunch of different ways. It does not presuppose that we agree. Right? Words are only useful when we take the time to use more words to make sure that we're understanding each other. Right? Love. How many of you really know what love means to the person sitting next to you? We don't. Right? I invite you into an exercise this week of courage. And I say courage because having done it, it may or may not be met well. I will just tell you that. But when someone says, I love you, I encourage you to say, that's fabulous. What does that mean? Awesome. What does that mean? First time Deborah told me she loved me, I said, that's great. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means to you. Now, in the culture of social norms, that was not what I was supposed to say. But it's what came out, and we navigated it just fine eventually. But just know, when we begin to live in that level of curiosity, people are going to do with it whatever they do with it. Somebody's going to get offended. Somebody's going to go, wow, you know what? Now that you ask, I don't even know. They will. I've had it happen. You know, yeah, I just told you I love you, and when I think about it, I don't have any idea what I actually mean. Cool, now we can have a conversation. Now we can explore it together. And perhaps hate is the same way. And perhaps at the core of hate is the deepest practice of our PhD in MSU. Anybody remember what that is? PhD in making shit up. That hate comes from our deepest practice of making things up without checking them out. Right? When we see somebody wearing a certain set of clothes, we done sized you up, written a story, published it, and we're working on the next volume. And none of it may be accurate. How often do you see someone pull into a disabled parking space. And immediately, before you even look for their disability placard, you're starting to write a narrative about them. Just from the mere fact that they can drive, they must not be disabled. I'm just saying, we do it. We humans do it. And then, God forbid, they don't actually have a placard. Well, now we've written an entire encyclopedia about them in about 30 seconds. Perhaps the problem is the narrative that you're writing about other people. Perhaps if we actually took the time to have a conversation with one another, we might find out that at the core, we want the same things. We just have a different map of how we're going to get there. Now, that's not 100%, because nothing is 100% in my experience. There are people who genuinely cherish their hatred. They do. They cherish it, they nourish it, they spread it because they want everyone else to have some of it. Because they have, most likely, my experience has been, those are the folks that cannot imagine getting what they believe they need most without that. That it is the deepest survival skill. That it's coming from a place of such pain and such woundedness that it is the only avenue they see that's left. I can't say they're wrong because I don't know what they're actually wanting in the context of this talk. What I can say is my experience has been that everything I need in this physical realm is supplied when I open to it. As long as I am believing that this is as good as it gets, well, then this is as good as it gets. Because I'm no longer willing to see any other option. It's not that the other options aren't right there in my face. I've decided they don't exist, and if they don't exist, I can't see them. If I didn't believe this existed, you'd see it, but I wouldn't. Because I don't have a frame of reference to put it in. And so how do we include people who hate? First, we deal with the hate. And we understand that we don't waste time hating people we don't love. Hate takes too much energy. Indifference is the thing that scares me. Because indifference, you're completely detached and you really don't care. But if you care enough to hate me, you're bonded to me. Awesome. Awesome. We still have a chance. We still have a chance because hate is a lot of energy. And so the first step is to recognize hate and love, same coin, different sides, but connected, inseparably connected. Right? And then start being accountable for your thoughts, for your narrative. Get out of somebody else's business and spend some energy in your own. What narrative are you writing? And understand that the narrative you're writing about them is about you first. Own it. Take ownership. And then be about the business of healing that. And if you want help with that, reach out to somebody that you trust to help you with that. I don't care if it's a psychologist. I don't care if it's a counselor. I don't care if it's a practitioner. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's the cashier at Safeway or Giant. Right? I don't care if it's your hairdresser. If you trust them to listen to you while you talk it through, get with them. Because it's not about who's listening, it's about who's talking. It might be your pet who tells no secrets. That's okay too. Because their little looks call us on our lies quicker than anything. My dog knows when I'm lying. Both of them, they're like, oh, really, Dad? I mean, they have a look that says, I don't think so, bro. Right? Just get into the activity of healing it. Heal your own thoughts. Because when you do, you begin to understand that the threat that you perceived isn't as threatening as you think. Right? Not denying that there are threats in this human realm. There are. Right? If I am traveling north and there's one lane and I look up and a car is traveling south in that same lane, we have a threat. Right? I'm not saying deny actual threat in the physical realm. I'm saying take responsibility for the ones that you generate mentally that aren't real in the physical realm. Stop scaring yourself because you forget that your authority is creation itself. Your authority was born in you. I tend to call that agency more than authority because authority tends to be perceived as a power over paradigm. We each have agency. It was born in us. You cannot if you use agency out of alignment, you're still standing on your agency, but you won't create what you want. You'll create what you're afraid of. And so first do your work. Get honest with you. Stand on the agency of love that has never condemned you. That no matter how ridiculous our thinking gets, it never withdraws itself from us. It never says, just when I thought you were getting it, now you're not, and really I'm done now. It never does that. It never does that. It just keeps pouring itself into us inexhaustibly until we go, oh! And it's really that simple. And it's really that pervasive. Everywhere you look, there it is. I have never once, and I'm going to wrap up with this, I have never once seen two plants at war with each other, hurling insults at one another, hating each other because they're next to each other in the same garden. I'm just saying, maybe it's happened. I haven't seen it. And maybe how nature gets along is an example, is a path for us. Let's take this into prayer. And so I joyfully recognize that there is only one infinite, ever-present something that is everything. Immeasurable, unnameable, creating out of itself, by itself, to be itself. Fully infusing every creation of itself with itself. And so I know that I am that informed. And I know that everyone and everything is that. That every creation, every animation of consciousness has agency at its level of creation. To create, to use creation in alignment with itself. And so I speak my word claiming and affirming that there is an awakening, that every cell within the body of the one is coming to, is coming to an awareness of the truth of its being, is coming to the agency of its birth. And that is leading the healing of humanity, of our earth, of our cosmos, of all that we see and all that we cannot see. The body of the infinite healing as we awaken to the truth of our being. And I am so grateful. So grateful to know that no matter what it looks like on the outside, that is always what's happening on the inside. That the word spoken is the word fulfilled. And so there is nothing that I need to do to contrive, to control, to manipulate, to make anything happen, but rather to listen and say yes to those divine nudges within me that best, most accurately express how divinity wants to express as me. And so I surrender to that. I let go of all the fear. I let go of all the doubts. I let go of all the resistance. And I step fully into being all that I came here to be. And I invite you to join me as we say together, and so it is. All right. What did I... There it is. Okay. Right there behind me, there's a couple of ways that you can give. There we go. And so I invite you to give as you have been given to. And let's say our giving affirmation together. I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance. I give freely to sustain and grow Columbia Center for Spiritual Living as my beloved spiritual community. I give to ensure Columbia CSL's continued availability to all spiritual seekers. Ushers.
I am abundant. I am blessed with all I need. I am so rich, and love is my currency. Sing that. I am abundant. I'm blessed with all I need. I am blessed with all I need. I am so rich, and love is my currency. How about joy? I am abundant. I'm blessed with all I need. I am blessed with all I need. I am so rich. Say it just like that. And joy is the currency. Do it again. I am abundant. I am blessed with all I need. I am so rich. And joy is my currency. Okay, one more. Like peace, maybe? I am abundant. I am blessed with all I need. Real cozy. I am so rich. And peace is my currency. One more time. I am abundant. blessed with all I need. I am so rich, and peace is my currency, and love is my currency, and joy is my currency.
Thank you, Jesse. So I speak a word of blessing, a word of acknowledgement, a word of gratitude for the infinite as money, sustaining, growing, expanding Columbia Center for Spiritual Living and every life we touch, giving through Columbia Center for Spiritual Living to expand good work in the world. And so it is.
So it is.
All right. Did that. Okay, so we got stuff going on. Every morning at 6 a.m., I read the daily message from 365 Days of Richer Living daily morning reading, meditation, and prayer time. Then we do a brief silent meditation, and then I close with a spiritual mind treatment that is live streamed through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. It is archived in those places, so if you don't want to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, you don't have to. You can watch it whenever you choose to. My election intention. This is a beautiful practice that Reverend Dr. David Alexander in Atlanta started. All you have to do to join this beautiful practice is to simply text the word join to 470-784-0250, and then every morning you will get a message that comes through a voicemail to your phone. You can ignore it and it'll go to your voicemail and you can listen to it later. There's a website attached to it where you can go back and listen to the ones that you missed. And it's really a practice of somatic healing that is about peace and love and patience. It is not telling you who to vote for. It doesn't even mention candidates. And the only time the election is mentioned is, this is your daily my intention for election call. That's the only time it's mentioned. So I encourage you, they're just incredibly beautiful practices. Thursdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I am available via Zoom to hang out, just a place to check in. You can do a quick drive-by and say, hey, just wanted to pop in and tell you how amazing my life is, which is what somebody did one Thursday evening. Awesome. It does not have to be a problem that you need to talk about. If you just want to hang out and connect, we're there. I will say this. I keep it open for 15 minutes. If nobody shows up, I'm going to close it and move on with my day. I don't have the luxury of spending an hour doing nothing. Because y'all got me doing way too many other things. Okay. If you want to hear more of this magnificent being, she is doing a Cozy House concert on Tuesday out in Marriottsville. You can get the login to register. When you register, you get the address. So you can please stop emailing me asking me for the address of the concert. You get it after you register. That's how it's happening. And the reason for that, the reason I'm not just going to put it in the newsletter, which is what somebody suggested, is that's somebody's home. And I'm pretty sure we don't want to put people's home addresses in a newsletter that goes to about 400 people, most of which we don't know. So we're not going to do that. There are about 15 seats left. It does have limited seating at 25. It's a suggested love offering of $20 per person. So check it out, sign up, come play. Worst thing that happens is you leave with more joy. Just saying. Okay, our licensed practitioners are available and desiring to serve you. All right. They are available to coach you, to help you, to teach you, to remind you of the truth of your being, all those things and more. You can access them through our website. If you would like prayer after service, Reverend Jenna will be available right out here in the lobby to pray with you. If you want to leave a prayer request and you're here in the room, you can do so over on the prayer table by the window. If you are one of the ones joining us online, please submit a prayer request at prayer@columbiacsl.com, and we will hold you in prayer. Next gen.
Okay. Hello. You can see me waiting over here. There's such anticipation. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me. It's been a joy to be here after so many years of being on your live stream. So it's cool to see so many faces that I've seen before, but never in person. Second of all, shameless plug for myself. I have a merch table over here, and it is extremely helpful to visit me at the merch table. I know a lot of people stream their music these days, but I'll tell you, we don't get anything from that. I make maybe $100 a year from streaming, so a year. So if you feel called to support and you feel called by this music, please visit my merch table over there. And then lastly, I am the music director for a young adult group that is now officially affiliated with Center for Spiritual Living, and we are called Next Gen. And we host a retreat every year, and our retreat is in October this year. So this group is for people ages 18 to 35. And if you know anyone who is 18 or 35, or if you're 18 to 35, please come and talk to me so I can give you some information about that. It's happening next month, but it's also happening every year going forward. So yeah, we'd love to have more people. We have about less than 15 spots left, and there's I think a 55-person cap. So we've got plenty of people going this year, but we'd love to fill the rest of the spots, and it's going to be really fun. So that's it. Thanks.
Did you say 18 plus 35?
18 plus 35. What would that make it? 53? Somebody could fake that, I'm sure. All the baby faces in the room got it, you know.
All right. Thank you, Jesse. Okay. Gratitudes. Thank you, Jesse Powers, for our music this morning. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie, Hudson, Craig, wherever you are, for connecting us with Jesse to be here in person. Thank you, Don, for doing our live stream this morning, and Zita for being on the camera. Thank you. Thank you, Vaughn, for helping me set up and for being on the soundboard. Thank you, Dale, for being our reader this morning. Thank you, Reverend Jenna, for being our practitioner of the day. Thank you, Tony Mathewson, for doing our hospitality this morning. Thank you, Laura Service, for being our welcoming person this morning. Thank you, Dale and Eamon, for being our ushers. Thank you, Deborah, for engaging with folks on Facebook. And thank you, everybody who joined us here in the room and on Facebook. I can't readily see YouTube, but I do know on Facebook we had people from Auburn, California, Gilroy, California, San Jose, California. We had folks from Columbia. We had folks from South Carolina this morning. We had folks from all over this morning. just on our live stream. And I just really want to give a shout out to you folks in California, because I know you're up early, because to watch our 10 a.m. service, they're up and at least conscious enough to stare in the direction of a device by 7 in the morning. And so, thank you. Auburn, Virginia. California. I don't know if I mentioned that. Up in the Sierra Nevadas, we had somebody on from that area this morning. So we have what they say in the social media platform. We have reach. And that's why we share the live stream, so that it's available to folks beyond the walls right here. So our affirmation this morning, I'm going to read it once and invite you to just take that in, and then I will let you see it and we will say it together, provided I can actually find it. There it is. I surrender the limited human idea of self to the unlimited divine self that is the core of me. Let's read that together. I surrender the limited human idea of self to the unlimited divine self that is the core of me. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Jesse to close us out with another song.
Well, it's the same song. We're just going to do a nice reprise because it's my favorite. So feel free to get up and stretch and prepare to go. It's been a wonderful Sunday morning. Shake your booty if you feel like it and sing along. Right here. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. 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 Oh, get up, get up, get up, and be grateful. Say, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, and I'm grateful. Get up, oh, get up, oh, get up, and be grateful. I'm up, and I'm ready to play. Yeah. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you so much.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change all I can, and the wisdom, yes, the wisdom to know the difference.
Serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change all I can, and the wisdom, yes, the wisdom, oh, the wisdom to know the difference. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to
change all I can. And the wisdom, yes, the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity, courage, the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity, courage, the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity, courage, the wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to know the difference. Oh, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change all I can, and wisdom, yes, the wisdom to know the difference, the wisdom to know. Wisdom to know, the wisdom to know the difference.